Hello, my Leos, Leo singles. So this is going to be your reading for March 18th through the 31st. Okay, I'm definitely a little behind on your reading. Sorry, you guys, but it's been a crazy month overall, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Leo, let me know how you guys have been feeling this month because I really feel like the energy's been real. Um, I feel this month for my Lions, you guys are really kind of taking steps back in terms of reflection, if that makes sense, right? Like you're really thinking about your life, where you've been, where you're at, and where you're going. Okay. I sense that especially with the sun being in Pisces, right? We're definitely surrounded by this Piscean energy. It's been really intense emotionally, and I feel like a lot of my Lions are kind of taking I feel like you guys are taking a stroll down memory lane, right? Like you guys are revisiting any kind of old wounds, any kind of old unresolved issues. So even for my singles, I see that you guys have what I heard when I shuffled the cards is unfinished business. Okay. There's unfinished business, however that resonates for you from the past. I feel there is definitely things that you guys are dealing with this month emotionally, and it's almost like you're so wrapped up around thinking about your life and where you've been and where you're going and whatnot, that love, like new love per se, isn't really on the forefront. I feel a lot of my Leos are kind of exploring this time to really invest in yourself. And so, yeah, I see a lot of people that you might be attracting a lot of people, and I feel that you're being, you're very popular this month. But I think a big part of that is because you're not really looking for it, right? Like I see a lot of my Leos, like a lot of you guys are just kind of focused on really, really getting yourself together and thinking about your future in terms of career, in terms of school, in terms of growth in general, self-development. But I do sense that there's a block in the heart chakra. So when I was shuffling, I did feel kind of like in my heart, and kind of like this restless feeling. So some of you guys might be distracting yourself in order to not to deal. I feel like you're distracting yourself in order not to deal with something from the past. Okay. This can be an old relationship. This can be, family ties. This can be anything. But as I shuffled intuitively, I did feel like there's just this uneasiness when I was connecting with your energy, or almost like restlessness, like you just don't have, like you just don't know where to put all these emotions, right? Which is very understandable with Pisces energy kind of bringing all those emotions to surface. So we really have to deal with them head on, right? So what's going on, right? We had this new moon in Pisces. So a lot of you guys, I really feel like my Leos, you guys are diving into the past, right? Like that is the main theme for my single Leos. And I think that you guys are starting to reflect on your patterns. And I feel like you guys this month are surrendering to old ways of doing things. And now you're ready to adopt a new way of dealing with matters of the heart. Okay, maybe let's say in the past you were used to, let's just say for example, maybe in the past you were used to dating people who you felt it was just a one-sided kind of situation. Maybe you liked them more than they liked you, or you chased them, or whatever it might be, right? This time around, I feel like this month you're really reflecting on yourself and why you did those things, and how you can avoid people who aren't going to give back the way you give. Okay. And I also see that towards the end of the month, you guys are dealing with a full moon in Libra. So, the main focus will be harmony, right? Harmony within the family, harmony within your life, a balance. But as in matters of love, you guys, I feel like this month it's not so much like super passionate and super intense and you have all these people that you're dealing with. Maybe for some of my Leos out there, but for the majority of my Leos that I connected with energy wise, it's more about yourself. And I feel like it's more about the self journey, and it's more about understanding maybe past relationships that have led you down a specific road, past relationships that you do not want to repeat, past relationships that have gotten you to where you've gotten, or maybe you yourself have created a pattern of sabotage, and you're starting to realize like, whoa, I don't want to do that anymore, right? So overall, you guys, for my single Leos, you guys are really just focused on growing, right, within. And I feel like this has been the theme for the past few months. And I see that you guys are opening the door a little more to love, but the majority of this energy is about you, and it's about self-growth and learning from the past. This energy is all about resurfacing the past and surrendering and really analyzing it with compassion, being compassionate with the mistakes that you've made, being compassionate with other people, and starting to kind of bring it together and realize like, hey, we're all trying to do the best we can, okay? All right, Leo. So the bottom of the deck is a High Priestess in reverse. So this is, I would say this is just the central theme of the month, right? So Leo, we need to focus on balancing your masculine and feminine energies. And I feel that with the High Priestess in reverse, you guys are kind of focused a little more on the driven side. This is what I intuitively felt to begin with, right? You're focused on distracting. You're focused on, some of my Leos don't really want to deal with the emotions that are surfacing this month for you. And some of you just are being a little overly kind of, like you're not using your intuition, right? So if I feel like you're getting messages from the universe that's saying this pull, like, hey, pay attention to the signs, pay attention to repeated cycles. And I feel like some of you don't really want to do that. Others of you are refusing to go within. So you'd rather overly distract yourself with work. And I can totally relate with that, okay? Because I'm the same way. I'm a Sun in Leo, and I definitely, understand that energy, that it's really uncomfortable to go within if we're not prepared. So we would rather focus on other things to kind of soothe what we can't control, okay? But the High Priestess is saying, like, you're getting intuition, you're getting these intuition, like, messages, like intuitive messages, and you're not paying attention to it, okay? So Leo, make sure you're paying attention, all right? So single Leos, the Seven of Pentacles, again, this is what I felt intuitively, which is beautiful, and the Ace of Wands in reverse, okay? So my singles, the end of the month, you guys are going to experience a time where you're really focused on the investments, right? So maybe if you have invested, I know there are Leos out there that are not super just focused on themselves, but this feels all about your self journey, okay? So I'll read it for a full audience, but some of my Leos, if you have invested into someone, like if there's someone in your life that you have been dating but you're still kind of casual, it's not necessarily a relationship, you're waiting to see if this is going to come into fruition, right? Like you've planted all those pentacles and you're ready to see if something's going to happen. Now, numerology wise, I feel like if something does happen, it may take up to 7 months, okay? But with the Ace of Wands in reverse, I feel there is just a depletion in your creative energy. There's a depletion in maybe your sex drive, a depletion in that passionate, fiery sense of self. So again, for my other Leos, I see that you guys have been working really hard. You guys are establishing, you guys are planting your seeds for your own life, your own self. And you're building your journey. You're building a life that you want to be proud of. And the Ace of Wands in reverse is all about, you just don't have the energy right now to give, to start new, to start something passionate and super intense, which is what I felt intuitively. You guys are feeling a little depleted, and there's nothing wrong with that. reserve this energy, the little energy that you have, for yourself, okay? Don't give away energy that you don't have to people who don't deserve it, Leo, okay? Because we do that, right? We're givers. We give to people no matter what. Now, so that's essential theme this month with love for my singles, okay? So the desires, right? So here we go, the Leo card, Queen of Wands in reverse, and then we have the Ten of Swords here. So, so what this is telling me, what you desire is you want to go back to feeling, like the queen, right? Or even my male Leos, like you want to go back to feeling like your old self, like full of vitality, full of like presence, of confidence, of, you know, you want to feel like you're in your element again. And for some reason right now, it's just love wise that you're just not there right now for some of you, okay? And the Ten of Swords is saying, you know, you want to end the pain, like you want to end the old cycles, you want to end the betrayal and the same repetitive story of maybe dating the wrong guy, dating the wrong woman. You guys just want to shift into a new phase. Like I keep hearing, it's funny, the messages I'm receiving. I am a psychic medium, you guys, so I do receive messages from spirit. I keep hearing like you just really want like a nice guy. Like you're just ready to be, you're done with these jerks. And then for my Leo males, like you just want someone who's really sweet. Like you guys are just done with people who are gonna treat you like crap. Like you're just like, I don't want to put up with that. Like you're done. I feel that. Like I think you guys have reached a point where you're like, enough is enough for some of my Leos, okay? The final outcome at the end of the month for my singles, the Star in reverse, and then the Four of Cups that jumped out in reverse, okay? So yeah, you guys are losing a little bit of faith at the end of the month with love, like, but not faith per se, because Leos never lose hope. Leos, we never lose hope in love. I don't care how bitter a Leo gets, but we are, I mean, if you think about it, we're ruling the heart, right? We feel everything. We want romance. So no matter what, there's no such thing as us giving up, okay? But we are going to experience a time, Leos are going to experience a time of feeling a little bit hopeless, feeling a little defeated, feeling like we're never going to find that one, feeling like, you know, just kind of over love. You're just like you're losing faith in men or women, like you're just done. The Four of Cups in reverse, I like that because you're coming out of, you will, at the very end, you will come out of feeling kind of foggy and you're going to embrace a renewal. You're going to say, okay, maybe I'm ready to get back out there, and you're going to start paying attention, Leo, okay? So again, this month is all about yourself, you guys. Please focus your energy on the positive aspects, on what you learned. So if you came out of a shitty relationship, instead of letting yourself dwell on like, oh, I'm so upset, like let yourself feel upset, but what did you learn from that experience, right? How did it help you grow? And those are some of the questions you're going to have to ask yourself to keep your vibrational frequencies high instead of kind of falling into a victim mentality, okay? All right, I look forward to reading for you guys in April, and if you're interested in a private reading, I will leave the details at the bottom, okay? So thank you guys.